I really need to get my life together. This is the before. The hair doesn't even fit in the frame. And after my hair appointment, I had my Botox appointment. I really started getting it because I have really bad TMJ pain. This is the before Botox clip. You can see how this opens, like my jaw, what it looks like on this side versus what it looks like on this side. When what it's supposed to do is open evenly on both sides and go straight down. See, this side is getting a lot bigger than this side because my jaw's actually been out, primarily on like this side, dealing with a lot of pain, and this side bearing all of that weight for the last couple months because I have not been on top of getting Botox as regularly as I should. Like since the pandemic started, probably like twice a year, when really I should be getting it done like every 4 months. My jaw is just misaligned. I initially had gotten to go for an Invisalign consultation a couple years ago, and they like did all of like the imaging and everything, and they were like, your jaw is just not placed correctly, but that predates you having teeth, so your teeth grew into the jaw that you have and they can't go anywhere else. So unless I want to get jaw surgery, which is just not something I want to do, it's like horrific to recover from, it's like a last resort option, I will just get the Botox. I'm a huge proponent, advocate of going to a plastic surgeon to get any sort of like Botox fillers, injectables. There are so many med spa horror stories, and I go to, obviously, Dr. John Vartanian, the father of my nose. He's fantastic. I will link him down below. I love his whole front office. I find for me it takes about a week to like fully kick in, and it lasts 4 to 6-ish months. I definitely can feel it wearing off in my jaw before I can in like my forehead. I also feel like the last couple of times I have gotten my hair done, I've gotten Botox like around the same time, and I'm liking that.
Before, a beautiful room, but lacking one critical element. A rug! Living room, if there's no rug. Today, we're gonna solve that problem. Let's go. It's spring's coolest new accessory, me.
It's finally rug time for the living room. Wow, so empty. Oh, don't worry, chicken. I don't do Emerson. Good God. More! I know.
What did that say?
Yeah, a minute of precious time.
And everyone was worried about World War III. I couldn't help but think, what about World War Me?
Too shabby. Hey, looks good. What do you think?
I like it a lot.
I will link it down below. Once you see the ideas you have for the couch, you'll understand why we went for more of a neutral rug. Plus, very loud. You can't see it, but green dining room rugs right there. Whew. To get my life together. How many times do I say that? 𝘉𝘠cia 𝗿𝗿. I just feel out of sorts. I feel disheveled. I feel unorganized. Again, it's not anything new that you're not normally feeling. No, but for some reason, this is like the top layer. Top layer. It's the top layer. It's like the thing that is clouding everything else. I'm just feeling constantly behind, overwhelmed. We're trying to get that sorted. You and me together. Oh my gosh, I thought this was a different package. Unless, what I was going to say is this is a package we ordered from Amazon that has some fridge calendars on there and to-do lists we can write on there. But I'm looking at this and this was shipped to his parents' house. So I'm wondering if he accidentally mailed it there, like clicked that as his mailing address, this is his parents' place, and then they shipped it back to us, or if this is something entirely different and then I need to find that package. I guess we'll see. I know it is! I spent a lot of time figuring out which ones I wanted because I want them to be cute, but I also want them to be functional. I don't know if my expectations are unrealistic, but I have very high hopes for this being helpful. I'm a wonderful combination of someone who is incredibly forgetful, but also needs a lot of time to prepare for things. So you can't spring things on me last second. I need to know that they're coming up. I will inevitably forget like 15 times. I need that long time, so eventually, months in the future, I will remember. These are what they look like. And I also came with some little pens, an eraser, and a little holder for them. There's 2 weekly and monthly. I'll link them. Let's go put them up. So I feel like we have 2 options. We can do the side or we can do the front of the fridge. I think I can fit both. You like my magnets? Got that in Scotland. So it could be both. People get so mad that I don't shut these. They just don't shut. Like there's so many layers of paint on this, like so many. I need to go through with like paint thinner to get them off, and I just have not taken the time to do that yet. And when we toured this place, you best believe they use little sticky things to keep all those shut. We had no idea. But I also forget to close them, like the ones that do close. And they don't like have to stay all the way open, which is usually what I accidentally leave them at. Okay, so let's see. Do we think that's like just not prominent enough? Like I won't realize it's there? Yeah, that's just not feeling like a smart goal. I'm never gonna look down there. I think we can only do and then one on the side because they don't both fit. No, I'm gonna do it on the side for now. Am I? I could do the monthly there. I'll figure it out. Got a little distracted. Another thing we got that I think will make our lives exponentially better is this little doodad. We love our Dyson vacuum, but our luck would have it, we got the one just before the one with the light came out, illuminates so you can see all of the dust and the gunk on the ground. And as someone who has horrible eyesight and never wears her glasses, don't look at that. Now we've had this vacuum since like 2019, I'd say, but it's been in the back of my mind like, oh dang, that one with the light, that's so nice. And I don't know why, literally 3 days ago, it clicked in my brain. I wonder if they sell lights you can just attach to your existing one. And they do. This is not an official Dyson product. And because of that, I think it means you could put it on any vacuum. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be so much bigger. Avoid putting it in water. Yeah, refrain from placing the battery hazardly to prevent accidental ingestion. It's a little big to swallow, but I could try. Keep the product away from fire to prevent explosion. Love it. There's just a little battery that goes in there. And you press the light. Position the back pad on the left side of the vacuum cleaner head. It's supposed to go here. Unfortunately, it only attaches to one vacuum head. I thought that I could put this on the base so then it would work with any vacuum head, but it only really needs to work with this one because this is the one we do when we're farthest away from it, you know? You can't see it. To really see what it can do, I think we're gonna start with the hallway because that's the one that when I turn the lights on and I put my glasses on, I'm like, oh, yuck. For some reason, the audio didn't record for this, so I'm just gonna give you what my reactions were. Whoa, no way, oh my God, ew, oh, damn, vroom, vroom. I have to show Moms how well this works. We'll do it with the light on it first, just so you can see the dramatic transformation. You go, oh, okay, yeah, kind of dirty. Turn the light off. Wait, hold on, this is the section I did. No, turn it off.
Whoa.
Look at that. Look over here.
Are we gonna get it?
Yeah, but isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I feel it.
before we get into the rest of the vlog, I want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Array. I feel like I make it pretty known that I'm a hot girl with tummy issues. I've got IBS, I've got a gurgly gut, a little tummy ache is my default. Everything makes me bloat. And I'm not talking about like in a superficial kind of way. I'm talking like in an uncomfortable, painful, gas kind of way. When I get ultrasounds, every time the doctor's like, you got a little trapped gas in there. And I'm like, I know. This is the Array bloat supplement. I also have their constipation one, which is also phenomenal. I love how close we are here that we can talk about this. So I take 2 of these Array bloat capsules around lunchtime because for me, when we hit lunchtime, very rarely am I getting any movement in there. It's just no way to live your life. But these, there's no urgency. Oh, you're running to the bathroom. It's none of that. It's giving like cool older sister supplement who's like, hey girl, just take this. It's like no big deal. It's super chill. You're not gonna be like clutching the walls and you're just gonna have like a very pleasant bowel movement. You're going to feel so much better. I know. I would also even say these are like dining in public bathroom friendly. And my poop tray girls will know how big of a deal that is. And bloat works in under an hour. They're made up of a blend of 5 herbs and 1 digestive enzyme. Ginger root, which is one I am very familiar with if you are also 𝘂𝗁𝗄𝗏 girl. It helps reduce nausea and it also helps relax an upset stomach. Bromelain is the digestive enzyme that they use to help your gut absorb all of the nutrients. Lemon balm, which helps calm your nervous system and relaxes your gut. Dandelion root to help remove excess water. Then we have peppermint, another tried and true for my 𝘂𝗁𝗄𝗏 girls. It contains L-menthol, which helps relieve IBS symptoms, as well as PMS cramps and gas. I'm familiar with. And then finally, slippery elm, which first of all, a hilarious name. 2, helps strengthen your gut health. I can count on it. If you are someone with IBS, you can't ever really count on your stomach or your butt. And right now, Array is offering 15% off your first order, plus 4 free travel packets. If you go to the link in my description and use my code SHOPYT Meghan, I will type it out right here. Hot girls with tummy issues unite. Back to the vlog. Okay, not as bad as I thought. It is so time for the new bed. I'm looking absolutely gorgeous and stunning with my giant pimple patches on. Title of the vlog. You can't quote it.
Why not?
Because it's confidential.
No, I wasn't gonna quote this.
I know, but if you quote something similar.
No, I'm not gonna quote anything similar.
Okay. Scene 2.
Hey guys, we're here doing the audition for the remake of Last Tango in Paris.
If it's done, I have to edit it and watch myself and be like, I hate you. It's like an extra self-loathing. But I do look very cute today. You're so crooked. I have some incredibly exciting news. Besides the fact that I just attacked Cecilia and won 14 mil. Hold please. I have officially had my first successful propagation. Do you see? Look at that. They're like little rooted dudes in there. Hi. Hello. There we go. Yes, it is supposed to be incredibly easy to propagate pothos, but I have failed every time. I need such like clear, concise directions, and I need you to spell it out to a point that no website's really doing for me. Like I need you to explain what you're explaining. I'm incredibly literal, but for some reason, I don't know if it's a fluke, this one worked. So I thought it's a perfect time to repot it. Welcome to the outside. God damn it. And somebody robbed you just before you're about to upgrade a landmark. Now, what is the difficult part that I've never been able to do this for? I've never gone to this step before. The only step I had ever gotten to before was cutting them, putting them in water, and then nothing happening. So, there are so many mosquitoes. Oh, I don't want to get bit, I don't want to get bit, I don't want to get bit.
And so once they're needed So, and so that was like 6 years. How I learned tables. So he would all Wally, and it's like you think it's so romantic because you think it's.
It needs a good drink of water, but we did it, and hopefully it doesn't die. Yay! Simple wins, small productivity, small progress. So I'm trying to implement in this year. I feel like I have to do a little bit of a catch up with you for where we've been and what we've been doing. We've been doing a lot, and where we've been, it's here. We've been doing a lot of house stuff. We had 2 back-to-back house guests. Matz's parents were here for our baby niece's naming ceremony. And then we had another house guest that literally we dropped them off at the airport, did a loop, and picked the other one up. Yeah, but the big project we've been talking about for so long has been done. Asterisk. I feel like there's no way I have not mentioned this, but I'm just gonna do a small tiny little recap in case I haven't, or in case you just haven't heard me talk about it. We had a water feature at this house, not a pool, but similar construction. You just couldn't swim in it. When we first moved in, we thought we would keep it. We maintained it for a while, and it was just a large undertaking for something that you can't swim in. You have to do all of the same work, just like slightly less chlorine, but like you still have to put chemicals in it. So one of the projects we had planned to do when Matz's parents were in town so they could help out was the demoing of that. This might seem obvious, but it definitely wasn't for our situation. Please not only wear gloves, eye protection, also wear a mask, mouth protection, because Matz literally got a sinus infection because he just inhaled so much dust. It was so bad. I love that man to pieces, but I was shocked when he told me he just wasn't wearing a mask. I was like, we would wear bandanas over our mouths at Coachella because of the dust. He and his dad really did like that full demolition. And then the next couple days I went in there and I was like ripping stuff out. The part that made it difficult was that like, it was like a pre-made like concrete, essentially pool, small pool. But then the people who originally put it in added like their own flair on it. So they changed the shape a bit to what was already existing. So then they had chicken wire and they laid concrete in that. So we had to like break up the wire, and it was so sharp and it was rusted, and it was just, it was a lot. It was a lot of like heavy physical labor, but I love that. You give me like a tactile project, I am on it. If my heart could handle it, I could be a construction worker. I don't have the strength, but I do have the will and the tenacity and the determination and the delusion to be like, my strength doesn't matter, I could do that. Lift a car. So after we had removed all of that, we were left with a pretty decently sized hole in our yard. And it's hard to find dirt for sale because everybody has dirt that they don't want. Eventually, through Facebook Marketplace, we're able to find someone who, or a construction worker who's trying to get rid of some dirt from a project, and he brought it over in a big old dump truck. I was not home for this part, but then the mom was like, just dump it in front of our garage. The way I was like, oh my God, our neighbors are gonna kill us. Thankfully, he like talked to most of them ahead of time. The neighbors we're closest to were like, well, this is like so you guys. And I was like, I know. So then we had to transfer that dirt into the hole, and we had a good amount of leftovers. And again, I was not home for this point, and I don't like to make it a habit of like trash talking my significant other, but I want this to be like just like a lesson, because there was definitely some things in my brain that I was like, maybe we shouldn't do that. I also put some of this blame on me, and I don't want any of you to make the same mistake or let your partner make the same mistake. So we moved a lot of the dirt ourselves, but then the weather forecast changed and it was going to rain, so we needed to move it all. And at the rate that we were going, we weren't going to do it. We hired a couple of guys to do this. They moved the rest of the dirt, but there was some left over. And so then Matz go-headed putting it. Oh, he's back in here. I'm at the part of the story where you told them they could put the excess soil in these different areas, which was fine.
I feel like I need to tell them.
I agree. Hold on, let me finish. You made the call because I wasn't here. I was recording the podcast. When I got back, I was like, this has made these parts uneven. If we're gonna put it somewhere, we should move it from this little spot to this little spot to this little spot. Even though I did initially think, and I still stand by the best decision was, we just should have gotten rid of the excess. That didn't happen. They ended up staying in those spots. I think it might have gotten moved a little bit, but there were these like big clumps left. And I was like, oh, it's fine. We'll just like, you know, walk over it, whatever. It'll go down naturally. We can remove things, whatever. Except Moss was like, oh no, these guys said they can like just like pound it in with like this tool or whatever. I don't really think that's totally necessary. This is where my fault. I should have been like, no, let's not. Why am I having this inkling feeling this is like not a good call? And it's because in the back of my mind, or the front of my mind, some part of my mind, I was like, those large pieces are clay. And now we have smashed the clay into the ground to the point where like we have like a clay coating on a huge majority of our entire yard. And if you don't know this about clay, clay cannot absorb water. We've just created like a mud slip and slide at our home that already floods.
Are you done with your part?
I've been just breaking up the clay because you can tell what it is. And again, another tactile activity. So honestly, thank you, because I love the activity of it. And we need to remove that because the way that it moves, like the water, so rapidly, just right off of it. And that's where like our avocado tree is, our fig tree. I was like, babe, all of these plants they're gonna die. Like they can't get any water.
I acknowledge I made a mistake.
We were in a pressure cooker with the rain. Little did we know that we actually made it a bigger problem with the rain. Which by the way, it's gonna rain Saturday.
I know, we have to like clear as much as we can. I messaged this construction site and I was like, hey, can you maybe deliver this day after tomorrow? And he was just like, I will let you know like when we have a truck available. And the dirt was there an hour later.
We were rushing and that's just like not the vibe. That's what's been happening. But hey, it's all good. At the end of the day, it's a net positive.
Yes.
And that's all that matters. It's just an adventure. Another day, another self-tape. This one's set in the 70s though. You can't tell. I'm wearing bell bottoms. It's almost 6 o'clock and I forgot to eat lunch. And my brain doesn't feel good. I think it's the forgetting to eat lunch. I did cancel my dentist appointment. When I called the dentist office and asked their whole office masks, the person working the front desk said, I think the dentist wears a mask sometimes. And I was like, oh, do you have any COVID protocols? And she's like, oh, I don't know what that means. And I was like, okay. And then I looked on their Yelp reviews and everyone's like, they have cockroaches and they will clean your mouth like 1/4 at a time over the course of all these appointments because all they really want to do is sell you Invisalign. Which, like I said at the beginning, I can't even get Invisalign. I do need to find a new dentist because I haven't gone in years. I stopped being covered by my SAG insurance over the pandemic and I started having to pay out of pocket because I obviously wasn't working enough SAG hours during the pandemic. And so one of the things I cut back on for price was the dental insurance, okay? And I have this giant like growth thing here, but it doesn't hurt. Do you wanna see it? I don't know that you can. Oh God, you can. So it doesn't hurt. Oh my gosh, I just realized in my self-tape yesterday, I had to like show my teeth and that's the side I picked. And they saw my lump. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if this actually was a very productive vlog and not just for the vlog, and that's why the vlog's a little all over the place. Because we were actually getting so much stuff done. I can reframe anything. It's just like girl math for your life. You know, like when people are just like, oh, expecting the worst thing to happen, why not just think about the best possible outcome? And this is also why I moved to LA to be an actor, because I'm delusional. I recommend it to everybody. If I could prescribe delusion, just for the girly pops, which is a gender neutral term, but like there's specific people who are not girly pops. We don't need any more of those delusional men. I'm pretty spent and I feel like I got so much done. I'm pretty spent and I feel like I have gotten so much done in the last week. So I think this is gonna be the end of the vlog. I'm gonna kick my feet up, edit this video, watch Desperate Housewives with Mott's. I finally got him into it. He's like, this show is amazing. I'm like, I know, I told you. And then gear up for our next couple projects, which I think this weekend we're gonna do something, or we're just gonna go see Dune. I hope you all enjoyed. Maybe this was like an inspo for you to just like even fold your laundry while watching this. But yeah, I love you all. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you next time. Bye.